Hi and welcome to GRVO TV, G's Reviews, Views and Opinions. I'm doing a couple of videos today on the fact that Nikon has brought out their spring cashback offers, and two cameras in particular that I own have come down in price, plus with the cashback make some absolute bargains in my opinion. Two cameras in question, the Nikon D5100 here and the D7000 which I'm videoing on. I'm going to swap them round and do a video the other way around as well, so you can see that if you look at my links. So here we have the D5100. Current price with the cashback is, I can't even believe I'm going to say this, £309 is what this is going to cost you. So you pay your money and you get £40 cashback, and it's going to end up costing you £309. Now this has got the same sensor as the D7000 that I'm shooting on, 16 megapixel CMOS sensor, XP2 processor, absolutely fantastic little camera. Now one of the main features on this is the flip out screen, which I was dubious about when I first bought it because I thought it might be a weak point, but in fairness it's proved to be no issue whatsoever, and in fact is a really nice feature and has proved itself to be very, very useful, especially for videoing but also for stills photography as well. Even if it's just a case of flipping the screen so it's a little bit more comfortable, so you don't have to bend down and look at the the screen. Works brilliantly, so that's great. Now overall the camera is nice, it's compact. I wouldn't bother with a grip on it because it's not geared up, it hasn't got the proper connectors. Yes, you can get grip that goes in the battery door, but it's a faff. It doesn't really sit on particularly well, and I found with bigger lenses it just doesn't sit well with a camera. In my opinion, if you're going to put a grip on a camera, only put it on if it's meant to have it, i.e. it's got the contacts on the bottom and they usually have a separate pin which locates it, etc. So I wouldn't bother with a grip for it. It's a lovely lightweight little camera. I've got it here with the Nikon 18-200 version 2 VR lens, which is basically a one-stop shop. That's it, that's the setup. An 18-200, so you've got your wide angle, your zoom. There's no real problems with distortion and that, and you can sort all that out in camera anyway. So that's a great little setup in my opinion. I personally wouldn't bother with the 18-55 kit lens unless that's the only lens you want, or if you're going to go 18-55 and then the 55-200 or the 55-300 if you really want that extra length. But for me, the 18-200 is a much better lens, really nice quality. Yes, it's a 3.5 to 5.6, but deal with it. You can bump the ISO up to around the sort of, I mean, I'd keep it below 3200 if possible, and no issues whatsoever. When you get to 3200, you really need to be converting your images to black and white, and then you can push it even further up to the 6400 level as well. But generally, tend to keep it around the 1600 level when you'll get nice clean images, and anything below that absolutely fine. Now a couple of little downsides for me when I'm using this camera, and I've said it all along, is that when I'm shooting I have it on the single point autofocus in the middle point, but where my thumb sits for some reason on this camera it knocks the little D-pad and it moves the autofocus point, so quite often when I go to shoot the autofocus point is shifted to the wrong place and I have to OK to move it back to the middle. The D7000 has a little lock on it which is completely redundant because where your thumb sits it doesn't knock the thing, so they've, in my opinion, they've got it the wrong way around. This needed a lock switch, the D7000 didn't, and I've spoken to Nikon about this and they're just like, oh well, we'll look at it for future models, but they're not going to change it, so there you go. Now you've got a thumb wheel at the back, there's not one at the front. Most of your functions are screen driven, so you do most of your changes off the screen. You have got some buttons that you can use. There is a function button that I have set to ISO, so hold that, twiddle the wheel and away you go. The buttons it's got on the back are few and far between, to be honest. There's a separate recording button on top which is nice, and I think on the newer, I think on the D600 they've moved that from on the back of the camera that was on the D7000 to back up to the top, so they keep shifting where they're putting the record button on these cameras. Personally I don't care where they put it because it's not like, oh, where's it gone? You know it's there, so that's fine, and if it's on the back you know it's there, so that's fine. So it would be nice just to be a bit more consistent with it, that's all. But you know, hey ho. So that's fine. Image quality, again, absolutely fine. The pictures you get are sharp, they're nice and contrasty. This is my other half's camera, and she generally has it set to sort of like a vivid, so she doesn't have to do any post-processing. She just shoots fine JPEGs, and that comes out absolutely fine. They very rarely need tweaking, to be honest. The pictures are well exposed on matrix metering. It seems to work pretty well. And you know, you've got all your scene modes, your macro, your landscape, all your usual things on here. And there's a HDR mode which takes 2 pictures quickly and then blends them together in camera, which is a nice little feature. You haven't got the creative lighting system with this, so you can't use it as a commander to fire the flash, but no biggie. So that's it really. Nice, light, portable sort of camera you can pretty much take out with you for a whole day. It's not going to be an issue. It doesn't have an autofocus motor built into the camera, so you have to use AFS lenses if you want them to autofocus. For instance, my little 51.8 D lens there, if I put that on it I'd have to manually focus, but you know, you can get the 1.8, the AFS version of that, for not a lot more money anyway, so no big deal there. And there's plenty of AFS lenses available for this camera, but as I say, for me anyway, the 18-200 is the only lens that goes on this camera, and it works an absolute treat. So there it is, the Nikon D5100, absolutely fantastic little camera, and at the price at the moment of almost 300. I've seen second-hand ones go for more than this on eBay. About a week ago I saw one, and it went for, I think it was like £400 or something. And you can buy a brand new one with your warranty for £309. So we're talking high, sort of good quality compact camera range there. And you're getting a fully featured digital SLR with 1080 full high definition video. Absolutely fantastic. There isn't a, does it have a mic input? Yeah, it does have a mic. Yeah, you even got a mic input if you need it. But yeah, absolutely fantastic. So there you go. This is GRVO TV. Go out and get yourself a Nikon D5100 or a D7000. See you soon. Bye.